Hello guys and welcome back to episode 10 of my Rome Total War campaign for Britannia. And today I've got a couple of battles to do. I've got this battle versus the rebels. I've got this army which I'm going to maybe leave here, maybe attack Mogo Tiesum. I don't exactly know what that is or how to say it properly, but there we go. And yeah, I'm going to be trying to take out this rebel army. So that's where we're going to start today. We've got 1,968 men versus their 1,263 men. They've got a lot of naked fanatics, some warband and some peasants. This should be easy enough. So let's go ahead, jump straight into battle and get on with it.
There are many roads to victory. Today our way will be paved with the skulls of our enemies. Show no mercy as you walk this path.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. So, warband up front is what I would like. Then I'm going to have my swordsman on the left flank. And I'm going to have my head hurlers out front with skirmish mode on. And my dogs also on the left. And I'm going to keep my chariots sort of in the center right. That's good. Group them up and let's head towards the enemy. Now I'm technically attacking them, so I need to move up to them, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now the reason I'm grouping all up on the left again is, like in the last episode, the British work really well, or any barbarians really, they work well in big clumps because they rely a lot on morale, and therefore if you keep them bunched up on one particular side, you can break through that side or that flank. Even if you did it in the middle, as long as you have enough troops to break through their front lines, then you can cause havoc on the rest of the other flanks. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. Now let's just see exactly how close they're getting. They're getting a bit closer than I would like, so let's sort that out. Change their formation a little bit, cause them to change exactly where they're going. These head hurlers, once they get into range, should be good to go. I'm actually going to run the units so they actually get to where I exactly want them to be much quicker, and therefore the head hurlers won't get charged as easy. Now they're not exactly in range, so I might have to skirmish forwards to actually pick some of them off. So I'm going to throw my heads into these warband and these naked fanatics on the right side. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm not going to have to get too much closer, I don't think. Let's get the warband to move forwards behind them, just in case. Actually, hold on. Doing that wrong. Oh, never mind. Okay, they're trying to charge me. That's war cry. It looks like they've already engaged me on the left, unfortunately. They kind of ran up to me there and then ran away with heads flying after them, which was quite amusing. I've let my dogs rampage through the middle of my warband on the left here. And what I'm actually going to do is send in some swordsmen to actually help them out. I'm going to press forward my middle army to actually advance into their lines. You can see actually on the left I've just routed all of this warband with just one unit plus the war dogs, which is really nice. And then with that done, once I get my men to chase these guys and then get behind the rest, then we should be good to go. Still got heads flying in the air. I'm actually going to stop throwing them because I think a lot of them are actually hitting my own men now. And we're going to continue with the chase. And then once they all start to break, we should be able to clear up with the general. Now, because it's a rebel army, it'll probably die once I defeat it. With this barbarian cavalry going down very quickly, which is basically a rebel general, I should be able to take him out pretty easily, and once I do, it'll be job done. So, with this warband suffering a few casualties, I'm actually going to help it out against these peasants by charging a warband unit into the back of it, which made it rout pretty much instantly, so they're going to be slaughtered. And we got another rebel general just here. So I'm actually going to charge that with my swordsman. who got charged back and did actually lose quite a few men. But in combat, close quarter combat, my men should do a lot better. If they don't, then I'm probably just going to have to charge them with my own general.
Killed the enemy general. Now his men show fear. Now they may turn and run. Attack!
Go away, head hurlers. My chariots are going to finish the job. There we go.
This is no longer a battle. This is a
Let's just follow this rebel general. I don't want him to get away with the general, otherwise the army will not die, I don't think. So let's try and kill him. I think that is job done. Nice. Okie dokie. Moving on. We're just going to go and stampede the rest, so let's speed it up so the general doesn't take his sweet time. And we just take out this naked fanatic unit on the right side here, and that should be a pretty easy victory. Now I did lose a reasonable amount of men, but hey, what can you do in these barbarian tactics? That's pretty much job done. There's like two naked fanatics coming up behind, and they're dead as well. Brilliant. Pretty clear victory there. Lost 522 men. That's unfortunate, but hey, better than having some rebels sitting on a watchtower all 24/7. Looks like we've also got +1 command for that battle. +2 command. So now he's a decent general. So before he was absolutely crap, now he's actually not too shabby. So anyway, this army is going to go up here, and you can see he's going to go around and attack this town here. Now this particular army, I'm tempted to make attack this Germanic town. I can't see anywhere nearby with this watchtower. There's no armies nearby to worry about really, unless they're ambushing me in this area, which I did see a German army before, so I don't necessarily want to walk in that direction. I've still got this army being created in Alesia, and we of course have got to deal with this Roman army eventually. So my army is there. We've got some reinforcements coming down, and we've also got to think about this army that may push round to Massilia. But before that happens, I'm sure we'll be able to get some more reinforcements down from Britain, and this Alesian army should be finished soon enough. So let's, I think that's it for this turn. Let's move on to the next turn. Greeks want trade rights, that's fine by me. And that's the end of the turn. Now, next turn, the Romans are likely to siege the settlement. So, if I just get my men nearby, then I shouldn't need to sally out. Let's see how long it's going to last. 3 turns until surrender. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring another army nearby, and I'm going to let them try and siege it. And then by them doing that, I'm going to be able to probably defend it a lot more successfully. The army that was in here in my watchtower range has disappeared, so that's okay, don't need to worry about that. The blacksmith in Alesia has now finished, so let's build some light chariots. I'm going to build actually quite a lot of them because they are extremely powerful. In the meanwhile, we're also going to retrain some of the other units. We've got a practice range finished in Eberacum, which allows them to build slingers. And we've got this army here in Britain, which I'm going to quickly group up. And we're going to... I think both of these guys are perfectly fine to be in my army. Yeah, they're both generals as such. This one's a bit crap, but he can just act as an extra unit in battle. So that's fine. Get him onto the ship, and then next turn I've got to remember that the army is actually on there. I'm now at war with the SPQR, the houses Scipii and Brutii, purely because the Julii declared war on me, so the rest of them do as well once they hear the news. I've also got these head hurlers that have just been made. Let's add them to the army. They now have 3 units of head hurlers. I'll have to recruit some barbarian cavalry mercenaries once I get the chance. For that particular army at least. But having 2 generals is nice. The second one I can pretty much waste because he's so crap. But looks like this army can now move, so on the way he goes. I'm going to actually get a small unit of men to scout ahead, so we're going to pull out a 50 unit. He didn't get ambushed, okay. So I think we might be good to attack this settlement. Yes, we are. Okay. If they get reinforced, then we're just going to have to deal with it. And in the meantime, if I can, I can't build anything there. Okay, that's fine. But what I'm going to do is, because chariots are pretty quick at catching up, going to grab the army that's already here. I know they're going to just about be retrained, but it's not too much of a big deal, I don't think. So let's move out what we can towards Trier, just in case the Germans decide to attack me. And down here we can get these slingers to catch up and join this army. Okay, that's good. So if the Romans don't attack me next turn, then I will attack them, because I don't want to lose my city to surrender. But I'm hoping basically that they'll attack me. Now, with my armies there, they might not, because the odds are not so great. So they might force me to attack them in the end. Now, have I got trade rights with the Thracians? No, I have not, so let's offer them trade rights. Just get trade rights with everyone so that when you border them, you instantly have their trade, which is nice. I should also go over to the Dacians and ask them for some trade rights, because I'm pretty sure once I've finished with the Germans, I'll be bordering them quite a lot. And I get quite a lot of trade if I have them on my side. So let's continue to build up forces in Britain. We've got the war dogs being recruited there. We're going to continue to recruit. Actually, I'm not going to recruit warband there purely because I want the income and, well, the population to grow, which will give me more taxes and more men. And Samara River, that's a pretty big town. Let's see if we can build anything extra in here. We'll get a couple of extra swordsmen, and then once these are finished, they can join the swordsmen later on. We've also got some woad warriors here, actually. I'm actually going to send them round to sit in the fort for now. And I'm going to not build anything else there, because again, population's an issue. But we got pretty big armies now. We don't want to get too big, because else our money will start to run out. But that's it for this turn, so let's move on to the next turn. Okay, so they haven't reinforced their men in this town, so it looks like that's going to be ours shortly. I've got this army to basically help replenish the men. Got an alliance announced, Party versus Pontus. That's fine, doesn't really affect me. And we finally got some light chariots. Huzzah! They can go and try and join my army over here. We actually lost minus 324 gold. This army's going to continue. Bumped into a Germanic family member. If he's not careful, he's going to get ran down by that army very, very hard. But here, the Julii are reinforcing, which is not exactly what I had planned. Okay, so we've got another Gaelic army behind us as well. Wow, really? Okay, so I'm going to send this dude back in the meantime. I'm going to see what mercenaries we can get. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of the men out, and we're going to stand at this bridge and block this army from getting across. Actually, that's probably a bad idea, because that's probably just going to raid that army, and it's not actually going to be a bridge battle because I'm not standing on the bridge. But we shall see. Once I've finished the battle here, should be a bit better off. And I can probably move these armies to go back to deal with that anyway. So, looks like it's going to be a battle out in the open fields versus the Julii. Let's kick their Roman ass.
Today victory is within our grasp. Put your backs and souls and hearts into the fight, and we have won! Now set your minds on the task to come, and when the moment comes, gut your target like a fish!
Okay, so this is a rather large battle we've got going on here, so I'm going to have to play this smart, very smart, because obviously I am at a huge disadvantage to Roman units. So let's get our slingers nice and together. Get the weaker warband units to stand just behind them in a thinner formation. That would do nicely. We've only got one unit of fully replenished warband. I know I'm building this army at a bit of an angle, but it's not too much of an issue once I group them and I control them like that. Then we got our swordsman. Now the swordsman, again, I'm going to keep on one flank so that I can break through on one side, which is going to be once again the left flank. We got some more slingers here, which I actually didn't think about. So we're going to add them to the formations. Let's just make that nice and straight. There we go. We got some barbarian mercenaries. Now these can also fill in the gap between my swordsman and my center force here. And then my general's going to sit at the back on his lonesome. There we go. That's the army done. And I'm going to use this formation to take out the Romans, hopefully, plus the reinforcements. But we'll see how it goes. Let's start the battle.
The feeble enemy have more men. Ha! These are more heads for our warriors to collect in triumph.
So you can see I'm going to move over to the left side of his army because my reinforcements are coming in from the left. That's originally why I placed my forces like I did. Now this is a huge army of Romans we got going here. Plenty of hastati to worry about. I'm not sure about their movements. They're kind of scaring me because they're kind of running and then not running and then running and then not running. They've got quite a lot of town watch actually, which are very, very weak units. But it's the hastati and their horses that I'm really scared of, the equites. Okay, well they're actually advancing pretty fast onto my own men, so I'm going to have to make my men run into formation, else I'm probably going to get caught out. So we do have the reinforcements coming up on the left. I've got these under my own control. And once they come in, I can use them to help flank their army completely. It looks like I'm being reinforced with a group of 3 chariots, which is rather depressing to say the least. But hey, let's just make them attack. Actually, I'm not going to do that straight away. Once the enemies have engaged, what I'll do is use those 3 chariots to just attack the general. I might get lucky. Okay, so my army's sitting here waiting for orders. And we're going to try and move them a bit closer, a bit more to the left. He's trying to hide his forces, which won't be very helpful versus my slingers. And if he has his hastati on fire at will, which is a really nice thing to do, they might fire off all of their pila before I even get close, which will absolutely annihilate my forces. Like, hastati, if I let them fire off their javelins, they're just going to eat my forces alive. It's actually pretty ridiculous. But if I can skirmish with them, actually, and throw a few rounds of slingers into them, then I might actually win the skirmish and deal enough damage to make their morale break once I hit the front lines. But we've still got this army coming in over here. We've got the... For some reason, the warband came in all the way out the back left here. The actual good group of warband. It's actually the general unit for the other army. Let's see, shall we? Let's see what we can sling at. They're in range now. So hopefully I can get a few of their men dead very, very quickly. So the Velites are getting knocked down pretty quickly by all the slingers. Taking out units here and there. You can see there's a few dead Romans on the field. And if I can keep peppering them like this, then I should have a bit of an advantage when it comes to actually getting into the fight. So let's move up these men over here. Got loads more slingers to worry about. There we go. We've still got the slingers firing their lot, and the velites look like they're trying to throw spears but aren't quite in range. Just shuffling around at the moment. In the meantime, these Town Watch are getting annihilated. They start with 160 men, they're down to 100. In the centre here, we've got a Hastati unit with 157 men left. The velites have gone down from 160 to 128, so we're doing well. Very well indeed. We've got the second general unit actually over here, which I'm going to move over to the centre with my other general, just to be safe. Let's get the 3 light British chariots forwards. So many Hastati, it's actually scary. We've also got war dogs at the back there. Ouch. They're gonna hurt. As long as I can get off all of my stones before the engagement starts though, I should be able to hold the line. Now on the left here, I'm getting a bit close. My barbarian mercenaries, I'm not exactly sure how well they're going to do. I'm actually going to get these druids to the centre of my forces. Get my general further back. Because now I'm being fired upon, actually. Looks like the Hastati did actually fire off a load of rounds at my men. I don't necessarily want to engage them. I'm going to let them run back. We'll throw stones in their back. We've got a unit of Town Watch has now broken. We're going to get all of our units that can to war cry as quickly as possible, because it looks like we're going to be engaging very, very shortly. Now they're very, very disorganized currently. So I'm going to take this advantage and use it. Okay, looks like we've actually broken a unit of Hastati on the left. It looks like we're pushing round. I'm going to try and take out his general in the centre here. Meanwhile, my slingers are skirmishing on the left. We've got a unit of cavalry trying to take out my slingers.
Now hunt them down.
And, well, looks like one of the actual armies has routed completely. And hopefully I can take out a lot of the equites. There we go. And they're all going to get churned up. And, well, the rest of the Roman army is actually routing. It's actually worked out very, very well. Holy crap. Now my war dogs, or their war dogs, are churning apart my own men, unfortunately. But as long as we chase them down, I think we're going to do actually quite well in this particular fight.
The enemy warlord is dead.
Took out a second Roman general there. The rest of their army is just running away for the sake of it. I think they're all pretty scared. I'm going to use my secondary general to actually make them go into full rout, and we can disperse their army. Whereas my normal general can attack the other units. Go on, barbarian mercenaries, get out of the way. Let my cavalry through. My glorious British chariots. The edge of the map's pretty far away for them, so it looks like we're going to have a nice chase here. So that unit is broken. Let's move on to the next unit. Just mowing down their men here, look at that. Oh, it's just beautiful. All these Roman soldiers just dying. I don't want to necessarily engage directly into one of these units that aren't routing fully, but it looks like as soon as my chariots have turned up anyway, they're just routing. That's just carnage. Oh, look at it. Look at it. My god, this will teach the Julii.
Enemy
Holy crap.
Now hunt them down.
Let's continue battle. Just churn these guys up. Oh my god, look at that. You just hear it. It's like... This is grim. So many dead Romans. They just ran away. And they didn't even fight. They just ran. And because of that, my chariots just cut them down. That was ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. Now they're coming back the opposite direction. Oh, this is going to be carnage. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is actually brilliant. I'm enjoying this way too much. Wow. So much dead red. Well, this is exactly what I hope to do. Yeah. In Rome too. Which I will be doing a campaign on. That's the idea of this one. Ah, dear. These chariots. Just wow. Let's just speed it up. Get it over and done with. I'm pretty sure the Romans have had enough for now. There's a couple of units though that are persisting throughout the battlefield. Those guys will run off soon enough, I'm sure. But let's churn up this unit of Hastati, which are trying to run back towards my own men, which makes absolutely no sense. Hurry up, men. Take them out. There we go. Job done. Clear victory. We killed 2,058 men. And we lost 531. Wow. And there was me thinking the Hastati would absolutely own me. Well, I was wrong, and it looks like I've got pretty much both of my armies fully intact. And they've been absolutely destroyed. And with that, I can send these armies back to help out against the Gauls, who have decided boldly to try and face me. Meantime, I can replenish this warband unit that was defending. And we can move on to assaulting this next town in the next episode. But for now, I'm just going to quickly look around, see if there's anything I can build. Looks like we've pretty much got most of the buildings down, or at least queued. All of my blacksmiths should be finishing in the next turn, and recruitment is going very well, I believe. And we should have plenty of armies to deal with the Germans. This one actually isn't making anything next turn, so let's build some swordsmen. Swordsmen are very, very nice. Very good for breaking flanks, as you saw. But yeah, jolly good job there. And next turn we will rape the Germanians after these Gauls have been dealt with. Probably do the siege this turn, and then the Gauls in the next turn. But that's it for today. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. That battle was just so cool. I'm glad it went so well. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.